Good afternoon, boys and girls. It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. We got Wednesday in the building, which means it is the real life stock review here to serve up some analysis. So the Federal Reserve going to be raising interest rates. We knew that was likely going to happen, and the market reacted pleasantly decent to that. Some good volume came in. You'll notice this trigger intraday right here. I was planning for this day to be relatively bullish. I didn't know if it was going to trade down first and then bounce or what. But you'll notice here yesterday during Tech Giant Tuesday, we had a note. I said FOMC is Wednesday, likely rates rise, longer term markets go higher. Shorter term, we'll see. If we sell off tomorrow, I'll be looking to buy the dip at 234 with April 236 calls. That's what I was planning, right? So if we did pull back at all, I was going to buy this dip, but we didn't, so everything's going to be fine. Looks like we got a nice new white soldier today, a possible little double bottom right here, boom, boom, boom. Probably look for a pullback tomorrow, and then likely, again, some continuations, expecting this move to bring us to this 242 target, so this all-time high price on the SPY. So I do think very soon that we make some new all-time highs on the SPY. My good buddy Dean, myself, a few other traders have some put sales expiring this week. Dave has a bull put spread on the SPY, so a lot of real life traders staying bullish on this move, and it's looking good. Second thing to talk about, Las Vegas Sands. We did have a swing trade on LVS, and this is actually one that we published in TradingView as well. Again, we don't publish all my trades here. We do publish a lot of analysis for sure. But here is Las Vegas Sands, and about 19 days ago, here's what we were looking at on Las Vegas Sands. So this is how, pretty much day by day, I started planning the trade. So you'll notice 19 days ago, we said, hey, nice support here on Las Vegas Sands, 51.46. I mean, this coincides perfectly with what we're talking about and teaching in the beginner's class. Just great buy low, sell high. And then as you scroll down here, I had a few, another trader asked me how I would trade it on a shorter term level. So I gave him the longer term, and I gave him the shorter term. So this is the shorter term one, 52.10 by 51.29, and that played out beautifully for like 4 or 5R on that particular trade. And then, of course, here was the actual setup 8 days ago, was 54.08 limit buy by 52.97. So we hit 2Rs today on that trade. You guys might remember I sent out my email on last weekend on Sunday about my losing streak. It's officially over, so I'm happy about that. So anyway, Las Vegas Sands, good move. I also am keeping my eyes on WIN, ticker symbol WINN. Feel free to keep your eyes on that one with me if you would like to. But here's the weekly chart. Nice little bullish gap and go on the weekly. I wanted a pullback, so you'll see here, Mr. Squiggles, I drew that I wanted a little bit of a pullback. So we kind of did get a little bit of a pullback today, so I'll be keeping an eye on WIN to continue higher. Here's Momo. We do have an official setup on Momo. Looking for a 31.80 limit buy with a stop at 28.91. Just going to keep a close eye on Momo if that can continue higher. I really like this setup on NVIDIA. I love the lower shadow volume increase here on NVIDIA. And again, on ticker symbol NVDA, I'll show you some other analysis that is really quite fun to watch, NVDA. So here's what we got. This is 18 days ago that we created in the afternoon room on NVIDIA. So my goal was, right, it would trade up, roll down, bounce off the 100, and then continue higher. So here it is. We traded up, we traded down to the 100, and we're bouncing. So again, I didn't get the exact day right, but the concept is what we're looking for. And that is exactly what's happening on NVIDIA. So keeping an eye on NVIDIA to potentially go higher. Alibaba. I think Roxanne got in Alibaba bullish yesterday. My good buddy Justin Linderman bought some calls on NVIDIA almost the exact low today. NVIDIA is bouncing off the 20 exponential moving average again. It did retest from Monday's stock review. And then Robert Meek is in a bull put spread that expires this Friday, 198. Otherwise, BABA still just kind of grinding higher, more or less bullish, letting these and allowing these moving averages to catch up. Let's go look at Target, ticker symbol TGT. And Target is a very good one. On a daily chart, you had this beautiful, beautiful bearish gap and go back here on earnings on the 28th of February. Here's a weekly chart on earnings. I'm not on earnings, on Target. And the weekly chart, the reason I'm pulling this up is just to show you how far away we are from the moving averages. But realistically, we are coming into a support area on Target. Now, This support area, we could easily go lower, but right here we're at 54, 57. You have a lot of bearish candles. Anyway, here's all I'm looking for on target. It's a very, very strong gap. If you're playing this one, I'm just watching and waiting for failures of the moving average. So something like this and some rollovers. Again, if you're looking at playing bearish, if you're looking at playing it bullish, it is at some supports, but you're going to want some closes bullish, really a confirmation of that move, right? One white soldier candle, hammer something, and then a bounce out of there. So target, feel free to watch TGT. It is in a nice little bearish trend right now for sure, but just give it some time. Let it consolidate down here because, again, it's already had a massive, massive move, and it just needs some time for the moving averages to catch up and press the stock a little bit lower. Let's go look at Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J, and Johnson & Johnson screaming. Huge move today. I mean, look at how many white candles Johnson & Johnson has had. Johnson & Johnson. It's all started with this beautiful hammer candle on the 25th of January. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Beautiful pennant pattern also. Nice higher low, nice relative high. Breakout right there. So good move on Johnson & Johnson. But yeah, really, I mean, this is a phenomenal move. Here's your weekly chart. All-time highs on Johnson & Johnson. Never been higher. So the thing is, right now, if you're not already in Johnson & Johnson, I probably wouldn't be jumping in yet. It's already had its move. It's already done its thing. So really, at this point, you can just kind of drag this old resistance, move this little support line up, and so about 125. You're looking, waiting, and expecting for that to pull back, and that will be an old resistance, new support. Buy the dip. That's what you're looking for that on Johnson & Johnson. So right now, huge move, beautiful, lot of volume, bullish on every aspect. But if you're not in, I would wait for the pullback to buy the dip. And if you are in, just start looking for places to sell at your target. Let's go look at Kroger. Ticker symbol KR. And Kroger, let me pull this out on a weekly chart. It is coming into some buying territory on Kroger. The buying territory on Kroger, you have this giant white candle, the supports coming from that candle starting right about here. And then you got the 200 simple moving average on a weekly, which we did break through, but also note the low from here where we bounced just a few weeks ago. So coming back to, well, I say a few weeks ago, last year, October. Right now, this is the weekly chart. So if we end like this, we still have 2 days left, but if we end like this on Kroger, nice doji down here, high wave candle could turn into a morning star, but at least we can easily keep an eye on Kroger down here to be a buy low, sell high type of location. So feel free to watch it down here if you're looking at playing this on a bounce. We got 2 left on the list for the request. Here's Tesla. Tesla had a very, very nice move yesterday. Shout outs to my good buddy Justin Jeffries. Niels has some put sale. Robert has some spread. A lot of traders in Tesla bullish right now. And we had a little bit of a kind of a double bottom on Tesla, if you will. Beautiful candle, beautiful volume. This little drawing right here, his name is Mr. Squiggles. And I'm looking for it to pull back into this little double bottom area. So if I can kind of zoom out. If I do a line chart, you'll see the double bottom, especially if I turn the moving averages off. So anyway, looking for and just watching for a pullback, and it did kind of happen today. So Brad is in some calls expiring Friday. Fred, also a few other traders, looking for Tesla to continue a little bit higher and potentially fill this gap. And then last but not least today, ticker symbol MJNA had a big move, a lot of speculation. All of this move was actually in the first 5 minutes. I'll show you here. Look at the 5-minute chart. So the 5-minute chart opened and went pew, 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 pew. Huge moves on the 5-minute. Here's your long-term moving averages. So that kind of shows me that there's still some big resistance coming in here. But with that kind of volume, be watching for this to also be a double bottom, right? And if we break through here and start bouncing on the hourly, feel free to watch or at least keep an eye out on this price to potentially continue higher. So anyway, that's MJNA. That's all the stocks that I had that were requested. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching your Wednesday Real Life Stock View. Tonight is Class 2 of the Beginners Program. If you want to know what the Beginners Program is, it's right here. Simply come to reallifetraining.com, click on Classes, Trading for Beginners, and this is going to be class number 2, Risk Management. So I'm reteaching all these classes live for the first time in about a year and a half. So I'll see you there tonight at 9 p.m. Well, I'm sorry, at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'll see a lot of you in about 15 minutes for the afternoon swing trading room where we focus on Energy Wednesday. You guys rock. I'll see you then. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.